Good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Golly, Miss Molly. It's another bright and shining day today, and as per usual, we'll be checking in on the lovely Molly. I wonder what she's doing. Goodness, what a mess! Now, just what are you getting up to today, young lady? Oh, I see. You're thinking about getting a puppy, aren't you? Well, that's all well and good. Are we going to the shelter soon, then? What? Then how on earth are you going to get a puppy, Molly? Oh, Molly, why would you ever want to buy from a breeder? You do realize how harmful they can be, right? A reputable breeder, approved by the American Kennel Club. Well, Molly, you can't just take everything you see in these newspapers for face value. The American Kennel Club may seem like a very reputable source, but there are plenty of puppy mills that they've approved based on faulty investigations. Even though they conduct investigations to find puppy mills that you don't buy from them, there are many that slip through the cracks. One of the most well-known examples of this is Petland, which notoriously sources their pets from puppy mills, and they still boast an American Kennel Club stamp of approval. The Humane Society have stated this themselves after multiple investigations into this practice. This is not just speculation. That's why you should always do your own research, even if something is stated to be safe. You never know what could be lurking. You're still thinking about purchasing from a breeder? You think that doing proper research means that it'll be safe to buy from a breeder? Well, I'm sure there are some breeders out there who don't run puppy mills, but that doesn't mean there are other problems with breeding. Molly, how much research into this did you do? You seem like you don't know anything. Okay, well, first off, there are over 70 million cats and dogs that are left roaming the streets without a home to return to. Breeders simply contribute to this overwhelming overpopulation of homeless pets. I'm sure you can imagine how scary that must be for those animals. Oh, what's this? Pets that come from a breeder superior. Oh, you pretentious son of a... Pardon me. It's not very polite for me to call someone that in front of a 9-year-old. So then, bred pets are better, Well, Molly, there's no proof for that. Well, yes, some breeds only come from human breeders, and you can increase the chance of having a desired trait in an animal, specifically for hunting dogs. The cons far outweigh the pros. In an article written by Krista Williams, a professional veterinarian at VCA Animal Hospitals, she reiterates that just like humans, an animal is not guaranteed to have the same traits as its parents. A well-behaved dog is not automatically going to produce well-behaved puppies. Training is still required. And of course, going back to the overpopulation issue, we must realize that dogs usually yield more puppies than one. Up to 5 is very common, so we must worry about those other animals that need a home. In addition, an organization called One Green Planet confirms this statement and adds on by simply saying the truth. Breeders are doing this for the money. It's in their benefit to advertise their dogs as being better than the mutts you may find on the street, even if there is no guarantee that the statement will be true. Oh, well, yes, they're very cute. But you realize, likely it will not lead a very healthy life. Molly, what I'm about to tell you is very serious. Breeding pets leads to an increase in severe health problems that can prove to be fatal. You're confused about how bred animals are more likely to have health issues? Well, allow me to explain. You see, since these dogs are typically inbred, hence purebred animals, the risk of genetic disorders greatly increases. According to an article written by PETA, some of the most common defects include crippling hip dysplasia, blindness, deafness, heart defects, skin problems, and epilepsy. In addition to those problems, certain breeds have higher risks of developing certain health issues. For example, golden retrievers have a bit of a high cancer rate, but breeding only increases this. Other than that, dogs with pushed-up noses, like bulldogs, often have a hard time breathing. Pugs not only have breathing problems, but they also run the risk of their eyes falling out of their skull. If you don't believe me, I have pictures. Oh, that's fair. I wouldn't show that to you anyways. That's very gruesome. So, Molly, now do you see why buying from a pet breeder is so bad? Both the animals being bred and the ones left out on the streets or in a shelter are being harmed in this practice. Oh, I knew you'd come around. Say, why don't we go to the local shelter to look at some of the dogs there? I'm sure we can find an adorable puppy waiting just for you.